Welcome back to Questing Beast. I'm Ben. Today's video is going to be fairly short because this is a remarkably straightforward book. It is a city toolkit along the same lines as Vornheim. If you haven't seen my Vornheim review, you can check it out right up here. Now, this is not for fantasy games, it is for cyberpunk games. It is called the Holistic Kit for Cyberpunk Role-Playing Games by Paul D. Gallagher. And this is for any type of cyberpunk game. It is completely system neutral. So you can use it for Cyberpunk 2020 or Shadowrun or the Sprawl or whatever game you're using, it will be useful for it. So if you're into cyberpunk role-playing games at all, I highly recommend this. And we're going to open it up and see why that is. So it is just random tables. That is all it is. It's definitely inspired by Vornheim. You can see the credit here. And it just has all of the buildings and the people and the items that you could possibly need to make your game easier. We have a drop-down table for creating city blocks. You can get a bunch of random cyberpunk buildings here. And use D10s, and then you can roll over here and see what the number on the D10s relates to for getting some more features about that building. We have roll D100 for some expanded building features, some quirky interiors for them, local conflicts and area events to keep your city feeling fresh and alive. We have alternate businesses, what the street is using old buildings for, urban sicknesses if you want a more post-apocalyptic feel to your game, legacy infrastructure, legacy data, weird clubs and nightlife that you can have. Oh, and one nice thing is that the titles of each page are on the side here, so you can just flip through the sides of the edge of the page and you can just see what all of the titles are, which helps you find your random tables much more quickly. We have random smells and sounds you see in the city. You want to engage your player's senses, of course, make the place feel alive. We also have the sights, of course, that you would see in the city, what's on the big screen, infotainment over here. We have things that are on the road. If you have a car chase, have all sorts of crazy vehicles going by that you can crash into or explode or hijack or what have you. Some added features for those cars. What's in the sky, what's on the river, what's in the augmented reality. And most of the entries on these random tables are just very, very high quality. They're stuff that you would tend not to be able to think about on the fly. So it is doing a lot of your hard work as a GM for you, which is exactly what you want for a supplement like this. We have a drop-down table for NPCs, and we have first impressions of them if you just want something quick and easy. And then we have a lot more detail going forward. So random cabbies. And now you can simply read straight across once you roll on this, or you can roll multiple times and scramble them up and get your own completely randomized cabbie. So for example, it might be a atrophied limb. He's a local. Reality TV shows suck is what he's always talking about. And he has Tourette's. Or it can be any other combination of something. What's their poison? What the tattoos are like. We have things like corporate aristocrats, because mega corporations are, of course, a huge deal in cyberpunk games. So you might have something like Fatima Rashid seeks to dominate fixer networks for her own ends. She's a black operations executive, loyal to CEO, quiet, unassuming, but is in a rivalry with, and then you can roll another aristocrat and you can build a web of connections. We have the games corporations play. So we have boardroom maneuvers here, whether it's testing new BioWare or cloning themselves or supporting a coup. And then the ways and means. How do they get things done? Maybe elite agents, maybe mafia money, maybe child assassins. We have urban tribes, street gangs. So we might have something like the faceless fanatics, which are androgynous, mask-wearing nihilists. They fence and sell black market cybernetic limbs of dubious origin. They make use of another random street gang, and you have a web of street gang connections that are warring or allying in the background of your game. We have what are they up to at the moment? Random gangbangers, rumors and hooks. And we have the police over here, first responders, departments, response level, the job sheet, calling for backup. We have the fixers and the face men. So for example, we might have Mr. Skin must painfully inject nanites hourly due to congenital illness. He is a blackmailer, small, unwashed, world-weary, and tired. Makes use of someone else. We have a job generator. Now, of course, this is essential for any type of game where you have small groups of people running around doing jobs. You need lots of jobs. You need a job board. Your characters plug into the internet or whatever that equivalent is in your game and look up what's for sale. What do people need done? Roll up here. You have a ton of them, right? So it might be a cyborg wants to kill a junkie, right? You roll anything randomly and you'll get something cool. You have things that need to get done. So you have a client wants to do an action to an item rather than to a target person. The two main types of jobs you're probably going to be doing. State-of-the-art technology. You have data mining where something has been. You have what's on the corpse, right? There'll be plenty of dead bodies. You're going to need to know what's on them. Clues that can link you to other adventures. We have guns for hire. Huge variety of things you have here. So, for example, you have Pandora Frost, a classically trained pianist, combat medic, lives in her car. She has an inbuilt Scorpion SMGs, muscular, tall, casual with do-rags, and tried to kill another gun for hire. We have Sonic Youth, social media that you have around. We have Vendomat goods. We have random junk, which of course could be very useful in the hands of an intelligent and creative player. We have Black Ops, the biohorrors that your corporations are unleashing. We have Freak Fighters, the gig economy. We have Unlawful Trespass. And we have assets. So all of the crazy items and technology that you're going to find in a cyberpunk world that your characters are going to use, whether it's neural processors or smartphones or agents, or we have synthetic neural nets, or we have driver assist link or whatever. Bugs in the system. Now, this is very essential because in a cyberpunk universe, nothing should work exactly as planned, right? Everything is jury-rigged. Everything needs to be modified, which means everything needs to have bugs. So this is great. And we have hackers and slicers, which is the essence of a cyberpunk game. So I suppose you could use this to inspire your own PCs or to create NPCs. So for example, let's look at one. We have Seraphim, who's a child prodigy, invalid daughter of experimental neuroscientists, supports a rebel insurgency, is bedridden, trapped, and unloved, and seeks the service of another hacker and slicer. And that's it for the game. So this book is kind of in a unique class all of its own. For one thing, it's free. The PDF for this is free. You should go and download it right now. And the print-on-demand version is also very inexpensive. I'll put links to both in the comments below. But like I said, this is a unique book in the sense that it doesn't have mechanics or rules. It's just a toolkit. All it does is take you as a GM and make your life easier. And it's kind of surprising that more books like this don't exist and that more rule books or more full-fledged RPGs don't put out supplements like this. Because this is so useful and is such a benefit to GMs that it's kind of shocking that it's not more common. So if you guys have heard of any other books like this, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. It's one of my favorite types of books to collect because it is always useful. I can use this not only in cyberpunk games, but you could probably use it in a lot of just general sci-fi games too. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel over here. I have lots of role-playing game reviews that you can check out. You can support me on Patreon over here if you want to support me making videos like this. And I have many more videos over here that you can check out if you like. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you later.